Hello. I'm finally going to do a video on my daily routine because I've gotten so many people suggesting that, and I think it's a great idea. It's just hard to figure out how to go about it because I can give you just bullet points of what my schedule is, or I can give you more in-depth practical tips and just things that I need to cling to throughout every day, because it's hard to get things done, stay on schedule, but also, um, enjoy your children, train your children, discipline in between all of your duties. It's a uh, very challenging role, being a full-time stay-at-home wife and mother. And so I've been trying to figure out, how do I do this without taking an hour talking? So I'm going to make two videos. This one is just going to be a bullet point outline of what my daily routine is, and then I'll make a part two, and that's going to be more on specific practical tips, and then just things to remember and to think about, and just things that I've learned along the way from other moms and just women ahead of me in life, and just wisdom that they've given to me. So my daily routine changes every day, of course. So every day is different, of course, but for the most part, the structure, the routine that I follow is like this. Usually the children wake up between 7:30 and 8, and if I wake up before them, I'll grab my phone and read some scripture in bed, then get out of bed, brush my teeth, and wash my face, and head to the kitchen to start breakfast. If I don't wake up before them, I usually go straight to the bathroom, wash my face, brush my teeth, go get them, and then go start breakfast. We have breakfast. We strive to read scripture and talk about the Lord, and then just interact and talk, as a family over the breakfast table. Then Daddy goes to work. We clean up. I let the kids play, and while they're playing, I'll have my coffee and get in the Word and prayer. And usually I get a good 15 to 20 minutes, which is great. Then after that, I'll go and see them. They'll usually be in the playroom during that time because it's the first time they see their toys all day. It's the first time they get to play together all day. Their bellies are full from breakfast. They play well together. So then I'll go see them, and I'll have some undivided, just time with them. And they have my undivided attention. I'm not busy at that time. Then after a little while, I'll go and get dressed for the day. I've already brushed my teeth and washed my face, so all I have to do now is decide what to wear and put some makeup on. And I do like to get dressed and put a little makeup on every day, even if I'm not going anywhere, because I like to look put together for my husband. I like to look presentable and pretty for him, and just attractive. Even if you wear sweats and stuff, if you have your hair brushed and your makeup a little bit something on, you look fine, you look great. So do something. Then I'll dress the kids, and then at this point, depending on what we have going on that day, this chunk of the morning looks different. That's usually between 10 and noon. Sometimes we go out and do errands, which would be, groceries and other stores, whatever, the post office, whatever. Sometimes we go do some free activities around town, like the library story time, or Panera Playgroup, or Chuck E. Cheese. I don't know, it's just free random stuff that pops up. Sometimes we go to the park. Sometimes we'll have friends over for play day, and they'll bring their lunch, or we'll go over somebody's house and we'll take our lunch. So during that chunk of time, that's what we do. If we're not going anywhere, we'll stay here, and during that time, I'll probably come and do a little school, which, even if we're going somewhere, I try to squeeze in like 15-20 minutes before we leave. Around 9:30 is usually when that happens. I'm not like looking at the clock keeping track, but it just happens to fall around that time every day, so it's nice. So I'll do something with them. I'm not really strict on what I do, because if they're not in the mood, then something like coloring and doing puzzles is educational and is beneficial to them, and it's one-on-one time, it's playtime, but it's also teaching them something. So you can do that for a toddler for school, but I do try to do other stuff. So whatever they're in the mood for, as much as they want to do, I can go up to 20 minutes usually before their attention is just like, okay, we're done, which is great. And sometimes they have a snack at that time, and if they do, we usually get a lot more done. When they have a snack, they're a lot more interactive. So after school is when we would head out to do whatever we got going on or stay home. And if we stay home at that point, I don't know, I'll throw some laundry in, tidy up, clean if I can. I try to do some things while the kids are awake, like laundry and cleaning, because that frees me up during their naps to do something like this, or just to read or hang out, Not every day is like that. Sometimes I am busy during their naps, but if I can do things while they're awake, then I try to. Then after that slot of time, I'll start getting lunch ready, then, whatever happens, really. If we're out, I'll get lunch ready before we leave so that it's ready when we get back. But if we're home, once lunch is going, I'll do whatever I like, either get things done around the house or read for a while, or come check my Facebook and YouTube messages, or play with them, whatever, Then of course we eat. After lunch, we clean up. I'll let them play for a little while. We usually eat pretty close to noon, if not right before, right around noon. We don't go much afternoon. And then by 1:30, they're in their beds with books, reading. And while they're doing that, I'll make my rounds around the house, make sure that everything is tidy and where I need it to be. And once I'm done doing that, I may switch a load of laundry or go get the mail, or I don't know, empty out the dishwasher. I'll do something. I'll come back to their room, get them laying down ready to sleep, and I'll read to them for a while. And then I'll just sit there with them until they're both sleeping. I'll come out, and at that point, depending on what I've already taken care of for the day, I may just use the time for myself, or ironing is one thing that I don't do when they're awake. It's just too stressful to me. The hot iron, the flimsy ironing board, and then them, if I interrupted a lot for disciplinary reasons or whatever, leaving that there unattended is just scary for me. So I always iron when they're sleeping. So if I'm ironing for that day, then I usually will use their nap time. If I'm doing floors, I like to do that when they're asleep. And if I'm folding laundry, I usually like to do that when they're asleep, because I like to just sit down, put a movie on or a show or a sermon, and fold clothes for an hour. So on the days that I have those chores to take care of, I don't get much time to myself, but it's okay. The next day may be the day that I clean all morning and I'm free their entire nap time, so it makes up for it. So after naps, they're usually really cranky, so I'll just hold them and cuddle and hang out on the sofa, or in their bed, or in my older son's bed. We'll all climb in there, or we'll go to my bed and we'll just hang out for a little while till everybody's feeling a little more happy and awake. At that point, they either go straight to playing or have a snack. And around 4, they usually wake up between 3 and 4, I will start dinner, with the goal to have it ready by 5:30. My husband gets home a little after 5, and once dinner's ready, pretty much after nap time, I consider myself done for the day. All I have left to do is cook, clean up after dinner, and enjoy my family. So I try to get everything taken care of before naps and during naps, so that afterwards it's really just, kids, you're on your own, play, mommy's making dinner. When daddy gets home, it's all about time together, or daddy, just enjoying daddy, and let's eat, let's clean up, and then whatever we got going on that night. Sometimes we just stay home and play. Daddy will wrestle with the kids, or we'll dance, or we'll go have dessert out somewhere. We'll go to the park. We'll go for a walk in the neighborhood. We may have friends over for dinner, or after dinner just for dessert and coffee. We may go to someone's house. Sometimes we have small group for church. Sometimes we have church. So it just, every evening's different, different things going on. Grandma may visit for a while. So then, around 8 is our goal for bedtime. So we'll start our routine around 7:45, which consists of everybody, the same thing, bathe them, brush their teeth. If they're not getting a bath that night, just wash their hands, wipe them down, brush their teeth, and then I'll give them room time again. I usually put them in there, let them read for a while. I'll make my rounds around the house one more time, pick up all the random toys, tidy up the living room, whatever, and then we'll head back. Sometimes I take a shower too while they're having their room time, and since my husband's here, I'll go take a shower, then we'll all come together to the kids' room and we'll read some scripture, sing some songs, pray, and use the opportunity if they want to talk to us about anything or ask us questions about Bible stories or anything like that. We definitely interact and take the time to just sit there and talk. But we do try to have lights out by 8:30 the latest. So at that point we'll lay them down, turn off the lights, and for the rest of the evening, it's me and my husband time, and we'll do, whatever, watch a movie sometimes, watch a show. I talk a little bit about date night in the house on my date night video that I made, just trying to make each night unique, not so that you get into these ruts of doing the same thing every night, but you can go through a commentary together or through a book together or listen to a sermon together so you can discuss things, or go through a marriage devotional, have a little date in the living room with champagne and fruit or cheese and crackers or whatever you want to do, just to keep things different, and of course watching a movie snuggled up in your jammies is wonderful sometimes too. So I'm not saying that's wrong, it's just you want to keep things interesting so you don't do the same thing every day. You want to be intentional, and that's our day pretty much. So now I'll make a video to elaborate a little bit on that stuff because I didn't want it to be too long, and that's it. Thank you.